So that was insanity. Tweak blew it out the water in the beginning.
Yeah.
We have pick orders ready for you here. We're going to go through it just as a cursory glance, but Tweak with the DK, they were not ready. They were
at
not
all.
ready.
And it's not even just being ready. He is honestly an amazing DK, and he abuses the footsies of this character, man. Those pokes, those arms, man, intangible. And he just blows them back with it every single time. Like, this guy is absolutely incredible. The crazy thing about it, too, is right after I saw some kind of choice mishaps when he initially went to go for a ding-dong, and also when he tried to recover off stage, I'm like, I know he could have recovered in that situation. I know he had been talking earlier that some issue had happened with his jump button, and lo and behold, he had told me, he's like, I had some problems with my jump button. I don't know, it's messing me up. I feel like it's been hurting me, my play during the course of the tournament.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, this man did
5 stocks.
Yeah.
5 stocks.
far and beyond, along with
five
Ally being the
stocks.
best coming out of Team North America. Everyone else needs to step their game up.
Well, you want to know what probably happened? Okay, so in doubles earlier, he kind of caught the hands from Su. All right, he was a little tight that he caught the Lucario.
He told
work.
me he was.
Yeah, he was mega tight, and I could see
Yeah.
it in his face. So what he did was he said, you know what, I'm going to tap back into that post-Genesis tournament,
Yeah.
that Monday Night Smash, or
Yep.
Mega Smash Mondays, excuse me,
Yes, sir.
busted out that DK and did damage.
Damn.
That was scary.
Yo, that was
Five
damn
stocks
much.
worth of damage, and he actually doled out 506%
There it is.
over his lifetime in the crew battle and only took 454. So, I mean, he was in the positive. I mean, Tweak was just, I didn't expect DK. I guess I should have. I'm stupid for not expecting it, but, like, that's totally viable now, for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
proved it at
yeah.
MSM.
The
but
DK doesn't fear Lucario, so I don't care, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a great pick, and he knows it's a character that he could have used in the long haul. That if they tried to counter pick him, they still would have some hard time. Because at the end of the day, this character only needs to hit you a few times, you know? So as long as he plays patient, you know, uses those long arms, use those limbs, man, box them out,
DK crew.
game over.
Yeah.
That's it.
There
That's
it
what
is.
you got to do.
Then, of course, after Su, we had Shuton. He came out with Olimar as the second pick for Japan. He took 3 stocks, and he plays him so aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, I love watching his Olimar.
Yeah.
Like, so aggressive. Just so, like, his frame traps and just, like, how he makes you afraid of him is just honestly disgusting.
There it
Yeah,
is.
and that's what you want to see, man. That's really what you want to see. Someone kind of show you a new breed, like the new kind of play style of that character, because that's when you realize, that's when the character's metagame actually grows, right? When you
Absolutely.
actually see someone be like, okay, I've seen what people do before. Let me hit you with a remix. Wow, I can play this way too. Now let's add it onto the list, and that's how you grow. That's how a character evolves.
Yeah, he definitely pushes a lot for the offensive meta of Olimar. But we actually had Somei come after. The pick right at third. I mean, he only took 1 stock. That was really
that
rough.
one hurt me.
And
That probably hurt me the most.
That was rough, and it almost felt like
Against
you know,
Ally.
Yeah, Ally kind of had a vendetta against Greninja. If we can like kind of rewind a little bit back, going back to UGC, I believe
Yeah.
I study and beat Ally. So he was like, you know what, man, I'm not going to get worked by Greninja again, not this time. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring what it takes, and I'm going to apply it to this match.
And he's said before, because Dark Aura, who's a Canadian Greninja, he said
Absolutely.
he's caught the work from Greninja before, so he's wary.
Yeah.
But I don't know, for some reason, I mean, yeah, he walled out Somei. Like, he
Yeah.
just walled him out. And Ally, I think, second runner-up, or maybe the MVP for Team North America, because he also took 5 stocks.
Yeah.
But he actually doled out more damage than Tweak at 726%. Almost 1,000 damage. Well, we're a little ways away, but Ally doled out almost 1,000 damage over his lifetime in Cruise today.
Yeah, no, he played absolutely
Took
phenomenal,
677.
man. Absolutely phenomenal. And like you said, I think, again, it harkens back to that kind of, this character Ninja has been causing him problems for a while now. So at the same time, he's playing people that are going to be huge. So it's going to be strong. So now in that kind of situation, it's like, okay, I've played against all these people who are really strong players, and they're playing. They're adapting with their Greninja. I'm adapting to Mario. So even though it may be that he has a problem with the match per se, because he's playing people he's played against already, it's going to be a difference against people who may not have played the kind of level of Mario like Ally. And again, if you look out in majority in Japan, you don't really see too many Marios.
You don't.
That is a big deal. That is a big deal. So despite what people saw, like, oh man, this might be his Achilles heel, and he's not going to do well.
Nope. 1 stock.
Yeah, something got blown back.
one stock.
I'm sorry. He got blown back.
Unfortunately, Greninja just struggles to kill. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. Greninja versus a very, very high level Mario on Allies Caliber. I mean, those like last hit situations, more times than not, the Mario comes out on top. I mean, all it takes is one up smash and you're dead. Right? That's super effective on
Yeah,
Greninja,
man.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fighting tight.
Yeah.
There it is.
No,
I remember that.
You see the down throw up angle forward smash? That my man died at like 60.
Don't even
Yeah,
get me
that
started.
was.
Yo, he touched his face.
I'm still on tilt. I'm on tilt,
Yeah,
baby.
that hurt me. I was like, oh.
I'm on tilt, baby.
That hurt me. Those were like
hurt,
that beginning for me. I was like, man, Japan, like, I mean, what's happening?
I was like, is
They had a sluggish start. They definitely had a sluggish start.
Very
Yeah.
sluggish. But then the consistency, because as we go into it, the majority of the players on Team Japan all took 4 stocks. Compared to North America that has 5s, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 5, 2, 2. Like on Japan, we have 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, and then the 1, 2, 1 from that beginning start.
Right.
So, I mean, that consistency was definitely brought on mid-game because
Absolutely.
after Somei, right? After Somei, we had at 4th pick Ken. And then Ken was where it turned really explosive. And then the 4th pick to actually meet him, right before him, Zanotto was 4th pick, but sorry, the 3rd pick was Wadi. And that's when we saw Wadi bring it back. He just went up and up smash, and he fell right into it. That was really good. Wadi had a struggle in the beginning to close it out, but then he actually managed. I mean,
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were counting out Wadi. They're like, hey, man, can this man really do it?
Yeah.
Does
I
he really
did.
deserve to be on Team USA? And
Yeah.
I never doubted that man's work. I was actually just with him in Hot Springs, Arkansas for a tournament called King of the Springs, where he was in grand finals.
with Sam Suar at the down there, up B.
Died at 0%.
Party
baby.
game. Party game. He died literally at, like, he started off hit, 6%, 9%?
Something like that. And
Yeah.
but you know what, though? Wadi came into this event with a lot of momentum that he carried over from that event into this one.
That's
Ended up
what you need
killing
to do.
ended up killing Ken with that Destructo disc up smash.
Yeah.
And he's carrying that
Let him
very...
sit on it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
And he's
That man
carrying...
to sit and spin.
yeah man.
And he's carrying that hefty upset today with Renai.
Yeah.
You know, and that was where things were a little shaky for Team Japan today with having, the Japanese slayer of Wadi and then also having, Black Yoshi out of nowhere. I mean, things were looking a little shaky going to the crew battle. Plus, it's at the end of the day. These players have been up, playing, thinking about the game for at least 10 hours.
I'm actually glad you brought that up because right before cruise, I seen a lot of Team Japan like sleeping on the chairs, like off to the side.
Secret
So,
tech.
Right.
Yeah, secret. The advanced meta.
Yeah.
right?
I saw Como sleeping actually for most of doubles.
Yeah.
Like,
He was sleeping on his opponents. That's what he was sleeping on.
I mean, he slept on that Bowser real quick.
There it is.
that, am I wrong or am I remembering something else? But the doubles finals of Genesis was Como and Nairo? Am I remembering? It was a Bowser and a Cloud, wasn't it?
Genesis 4?
Yeah.
I believe so. I don't know.
Yeah, because it was just funny. Like, history repeated itself for a moment. I mean, I might be delirious. It's been a long day,
Yeah.
but I remember that Nairo did the whole Bowser counter pick, and it's like, is he gonna throw it? And he didn't throw it. He got that trump. Yeah, he ended. Yeah, of course. Maybe it wasn't against Japan, but Nairo did get like crew ending stock with the trump to back air.
Yeah.
And so we didn't see that this time. But, I mean, in any case, going back to the pick order, of course, after Wadi at 4th, we did have Zanotto, and then the Zanotto was met with the Abadango at the 5th pick for Japan. Because now Japan wasn't on the same pick. America was definitely ahead. So it was a 4th pick to a 5th pick, Abadango. Abadango did amazing stuff. It's
Yeah.
always such a joy to watch. He took 4 stocks.
Absolutely. And he actually did really well against Wadi. Now, a couple of background history. Abadango has actually not done well in the mirror match.
Oh, yeah.
Majority of time, he's lost to Wadi in the mirror match.
Rich
He
Brown.
also lost to Rich Brown.
There it is.
Yeah. So, like, this is something that we've seen kind of a constant for him. So, I feel that at this point, it looks like he's like, hold up. I need to learn this. People are starting to play my character more so now because the character's kind of good. I need to put my work in, and I think he did great. I think he really did really great against Wadi, and I think that was a statement for a lot of Mewtwo's who think like, oh, yeah, he may be better than me, but if he runs into my Mewtwo,
Yeah, I mean, the Ditto match is such a, cerebral, battle because
is.
it's like, it's your main, you know the options you can do. You have to know the options that you can do against yourself. And I think out of, the top 20, Abadango is a little bit on the weaker side to his mirrors. I mean, you had Nairo with full control over his mirror with, Mars. You have Zero with his control over Zanotto. and some of the other top players who understand the importance of the mirror,
True.
because it's very, sometimes it could just be super disastrous.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I feel like a lot of top players kind of hold the mirror tried and true to themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
more times than not, you're dubbed the best player with that character by the set you've won against other people. But every so often you get that one top player that's like, hey, man, I've also beaten all the other Mewtwo's as well,
Right,
too. I'm
true.
kind of feeling myself
True.
right now.
Yeah.
The one thing to note, though, I feel that when you're looking at a character, like you're talking about, of course, Nairo beating all these other Zero suits. You have, of course, Zero beating all these Diddy Kongs. Interesting thing to note is that Mewtwo is a character who actually has a ton of options. And so I feel like that kind of creates a very unique dynamic. Whereas when you have more characters that kind of more linear, like Diddy Kong and whatnot, again, it's going to be something where it's like, okay, there's certain options you can choose, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, we can fight for spacing. It doesn't really matter so much because always it's going to be kind of 50-50
But
scenario.
like clap, clap.
Yeah, but I know I'm going to get you, right?
Yeah, but Mewtwo with the air dodges.
Exactly.
the
The air dodges, the
movements.
movement, all those kind of things. It's going to be different. So there's going to be, even though he has not been as strong in the matchup, it makes sense, though, because, again, there's a lot more
Volatile.
options at the time. Yes, it's a very, very volatile matchup.
Bam stats coming soon, guys. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, and then of course after the 5th pick of Abadango, after the Ditto ended, because Abadango managed to take out Wadi, right?
Yes, sir.
After Wadi, let's see here. After the 3rd pick, we go into the 4th pick. Oh yeah, he dealt with Zanotto and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the 5th pick, of course, for Team USA, turned to Mr. E. And we see Mr. E, and we got to see T play against him. That was
Yeah.
so good.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest.
man.
I really didn't know who to root for because I'm actually a Link main. So like, I came to this event. I came to this event to hang out with my Michigan brethren. But I'm like, yo, T is coming. Got to see that man play in person.
Yeah.
Got to download him.
Gotta get the T on
absolutely,
T.
man.
There it is.
No, he was I love his hook shot use. It looks almost like Zero Suit, like how he just whips around onto the ledge back,
Jimmy
his
whip.
bomb use. I mean, I was like, wait, it was like he was going toe to toe with Marth, who in frame data and frame traps and everything else should be outdoing him, but not totally. I mean, Mr. E was struggling for sure. to
Absolutely.
catch up.
Link with
bombs.
Rage is a scary guy to deal with.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
I know a lot of people talk about like, yo, Bowser with Rage and Donkey
No,
Kong.
Link
but
is like
Yeah,
Link with
weird
Rage
heavy.
is scary. That's
Yeah.
a scary guy to do. And he's heavy too. He eats
He's
his
like a
Wheaties.
mid heavy.
Yeah, no, he does.
He's in the
Like-
gym.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, he just handles so, very, like, compared to the other sword fighters, like, he kind of handles a little bit in terms of movement with, like, the speed of Ike sometimes because of, like, how, again, like, how hard it is for that, like, upstart. Like, Link has to, like, sometimes twist a lot compared to Marth, who, like, can, like, do, like, the dash dance and all that,
Yeah.
or our version of dash dance.
Right.
He was keeping up, though. He was
Yeah.
keeping up
Oh,
the whole time,
definitely,
off
definitely.
stage, on stage, under, over, like, that upper from Link stays out forever.
Yeah.
It really does. Where I'm from, we call that down throw upper Vlad the Impaler. Because it's
Wow.
pain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But there was no doubt in my mind that Mr. E was going to go in there and do what he does best. Clean up stocks as early as possible.
Tip, tip, tip.
That's the life you live as Marth. All right?
Mystery got 4. 4 stocks in the crew battle compared
That's
to
scary
T, who
business.
got 2.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he did meet Mr. E. And then, of course, after the 6th pick, the 7th pick, we had Kirihara. And Kirihara with his Rosa. Eventually, after Mr. E was over with, we had the 6th pick of the Buzz. Changing to Rosa.
You couldn't say that with a straight face. I'm mad at
well,
you.
because he went Olimar, then he went I'm saying it because of his intro. He went Olimar, and then the crowd booed, which was like, wow, you really want to see a Rosa Ditto, which is like news to me. And then he went back to Rosa, and they cheered. Then he went back Olimar. And then after all that, he ended up taking only 2 stocks. So that was...
You know the funniest part is, so DeBuzz always tells people on Twitter that he loves to live his life to frustrate people when he plays this game. That's what he loves. And I know when he went and saw people were happy about the Rosa Ditto, he's like, joke's on you, Olimar. And you know what? Divine justice.
He took 324% and only doled out 302. So compared to Kirihara, let's see here, he doled out 476 and took 557. So he tanked a little, and he took 4 stocks. So again, that consistent like 4-stock Japanese technique really worked out for them.
Tank
for
with
sure.
Rosa, no doubt. Right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So then after DeBuzz at the 7th pick, 0 came out. That was harsh.
Yeah.
Gower Plains didn't get hit until he was at 140 or something.
Zero came out like the human highlight film, all right? I mean, stocks were just a-flying when he stepped up to the main stage. I mean, I can't talk about the end of that match. Now, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But right when he came in, though, he was doing damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the zero special is like, you're off the stage, now it's my game. You're off the stage, I edge guard you. So that was really tough, especially for a non-hitbox upbeat like Rosalina. Like, it was really tough.
That was so sad because I kid you not, I was trying to watch the entirety of this crew battle, and I somehow missed that match. It was so damn fast. I looked around. I said, "What's good, Rock?" And he looked at me. I was like, "Hey, yo."
We blinked
who
twice,
next?
and it was
yeah,
over.
I was like, "Wait, what? What happened?"
All righty, we just started clapping. He's like, there it is.
Of
There you have
course. Yeah, but Zero did dole out 424% compared to only taking 342. So we see that very defensive spacing Zero that we know. And Zero took 3 stocks. So, still higher than the Buzz, higher than Void, higher than Wadi and Nairo. But again, very respectable as like a good stop, because that's when things are starting to shift.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because after Zero came Void. And then by then there was Kamame, and that was crazy. That was crazy for sure, because they always get like, every time Kamame goes against those Evo sets, you remember, you kind of get taken back in time.
A little PTSD, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, he did do he did a great Shoryuken that Void kind of deserved because he did something silly, but you get taken back in time to those Evo sets. But the thing is that since then, Kamame has struggled to sort of like break back to where he sort of left his first impression. So seeing him, succeed more or less in the crew battle, because again, he took 4 stocks. He took 4 stocks. He didn't take 4 stocks at, against a crew of randoms. This is a crew of people who are like
The best in the world.
gonna be at Civil War, gonna be at literally like best in the world. All of them are top 20, except for Wadi, 21. But Kamame took 415, doled out 491. I mean, that's awesome. Like, Kamame definitely was just showing that character mastery, that spacing, the chip damage, and that was a hard one to keep the damage on, because Sheik and Mega Man is chip damage the whole time until it's not.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, after Void, the 9th pick was of course Salem, and Salim.
I had the opportunity to play Salem in friendlies a few days ago.
I'm sorry.
When I first got here. Yeah, I've never felt more helpless in this game. And there's a lot of funky stuff that goes on in Smash 4.
Yeah.
Rage, throw confirms, you name it.
Right.
But I had never felt as helpless as I did when I played Salem.
You play his game no matter what.
Yeah.
But of course, after Kamame at 9th, we had Renai. That was really fun to watch. Who, again, took 4 stocks. Like, very consistent. I mean, that was so important that they each took what they took, because they had to come back from that deficit of Some, T, and Su, who only took 1, 2, and 1 respectively.
Yeah.
So by the time Renai was up there, I mean, that was just, that Lilat pick with Void. I mean, that was such a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and that was absolutely crazy, man. And so, like, you have Renai doing ridiculously well, even too when he was going up against Salem. You saw the stocks, the way that he was playing.
Absolutely.
You saw the DI that was on deck. You saw his setups. Man, he got an axe kill easy on Salem. Like, he was playing absolutely incredible. And then, so even though he had bowed out, like you said, he already taken 4 stocks. And then you have Komura Akiri come in. And
that was a secret weapon.
GG Komura Akiri.
Were you surprised he was the last pick?
Not really. I think Como's just a natural-born killer. I mean, we've seen this guy's work going all the way back to like Genesis 3 when he took doubles in grand finals. Like Cloud had only been out like a month. Like, and I'm not even joking. Like at least 30 days to Genesis 3,
Right.
and he did work. So
or your money back, but he got serious money out of that.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, by the time Como came on, and then he took out Salem, and then it was like Nairo. 3 stocks to 3 stocks. Literally, how did that was the perfect anime ending too.
That was perfect.
Like, start off struggling and then end on a 3-3.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it wasn't a washout, which would have been really lame.
Yeah,
but it was literally.
I am so happy it wasn't a washout. Like, the moment I saw Komura Akiri go up there and you had Salem with 1 stock, I was like, okay. Komura Akiri says it himself that he feels that the Bayonetta Cloud matchup is 50-50, and just kind of the way that he goes about it and the way that he DIs, the way he deals with situations. I'm inclined to agree. I see what he's talking about. And so he was able to take that stock away from Salem. Salem's out there. Like you said, we came down to 2 players the Zab.
Shout out to
Nairo.
Nairo, just
Nairo.
shouting out to Zero
Yeah.
with the Zob,
Yep.
the Dob.
Yep.
Sooner or later, the top players are going to get the dab right.
Yeah,
but until
man.
then, we're stuck with that.
I mean,
Yes,
everyone's
sir.
been pretty okay. Zero just like, I don't know what he
went out of
tripped in the
control.
middle of it. Like,
Yeah, man. That's great.
yeah, so last game, the Bowser pick that, I don't know. I mean, I would have loved to see Zero suit, but I mean, he's gotten Bowser to this point where it's like, I mean, you should be scared. Like,
Yeah, and these guys have played in the past where there's times where Komorikiri has just kind of just destroyed Nairo, and then we've had times where Nairo has just destroyed Komorikiri when they've gone back and forth between Cloud and Zero Suit.
Absolutely.
This time around is Bowser. He's seen him do well with the Bowser in general, and then he came around and it just did not check out this time.
It didn't because Nairo actually only took one stock.
Yeah, that was unfortunate to watch, but I'll be honest, ZSS doesn't want anything to do with Cloud, and I didn't expect Nairo to do the Cloud ditto. So his next bet was Bowser, and I think that's what the audience wanted. We wanted to see that Bowser work again.
Oh,
Yeah.
we saw it.
And he
We saw
tanked.
Bowser get work. Is what we saw.
Yeah,
We
he
didn't see him get
tanked.
the work.
Nairo's Bowser took 534%.
Yeah.
He only gave 176. So, I mean, like, from there to the up air to the up air again to the up air, Como hadn't just juggled above him.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Como acted beautifully. I mean, he did exactly what he needed to do.
Absolutely.
Took out who he needed to take out, and then he won the whole thing. And with
Yeah.
2 stocks remaining.
Yeah, man. And I know they were happy because
It's
So
their
before-
thing. It's their thing.
it's funny because initially, like halfway through, everyone thought, okay, this looks like it's gonna be a wash.
Body bag.
Yeah. Everyone thought, tie it up, man. That's it. It's
There it
over. Call the corner. You're done. Right?
Yeah. Corner.
Well, I knew we were in trouble going back to like the Smash Field Weekly just that Thursday. Japan, I'll be honest, they play a lot of unconventional characters. A lot of characters
they
at
do.
high level United States might not be used to. And when I
Right.
seen Team Japan in Grand Finals, that let me know, like subliminally, the crew battle was going to be an ugly match to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with their unconventional picks and their high level, like, just talent, it's just like a very tough pill to swallow a lot of times. Because on the other side, like, let's just go over this.
Okay.
Mario, Olimar, which, good counter pick. Sheik, top tier. Diddy, top tier. Marth, arguably top tier. Mewtwo, arguably top tier. Bowser,
Moving along. No.
counter pick, a good counter pick. DK, a good counter pick.
Absolutely.
Larry has shown us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bayonetta, top tier. Diddy, top tier. So practically everyone is either a top tier or a top tier counter pick. And then on the other side, Mewtwo, top tier. Okay. Mega Man, breaking into high tier, right? Sonic, top tier. Rosa, she's been having a little bit of trouble, and DeBuzz has been, noting
Absolutely.
like how people have been dropping her. So I'd put her in high tier
Okay.
personally.
Yeah. I think
Suar
so.
stats.
Yeah. And then Cloud, top tier. Villager, I mean, it's so hard to read Villager for me, and I'm also bad at tier lists.
Before DLC.
There
Villager
you go.
was a scary guy
That's
to
his
deal with.
issue right now.
There it is.
He's getting invalidated in this meta, which makes sense. So Villager, I mean, he's been knocked out from, the high of high tier to like, a little bit more towards the middle, which is like in this game, the skill gap or like the tier gaps between the tiers are so razor thin anyways after
Yeah,
like Bayonetta.
Sure. Absolutely.
And then Olimar, good counter pick. Then Greninja, not a top tier. Link, not a top tier.
Absolutely not.
And then Lucario, a good counter pick. So top tiers compared to top tiers, they didn't have them,
They just didn't.
but they had the counter pick.
That's one of the most fantastic aspects about Smash 4, that it can be done with any character as long as you put in that time and that effort and that dedication. This crew battle definitely proved that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Team America was definitely more top heavy in terms of top tiers.
Yes, sir.
And even top talent, because I mean, as it stands, Su, T, Some, Shuton, can't see from here. Yeah, I mean, Shuton, Some, T, and Su. I mean, they haven't been like ranked to the
Yeah.
point that they're, Komori-Kiri, Abadango, Kamame can carry. However, friends have, and that's the part where it's like, now you understand why they lose in Japan. How you can be Renai and get 13th in Japan. How you can be Abadango and get 33rd in Japan. So that closes it out. I mean, I also want to touch on the fact that like it's 11:23 now, and I wonder like how Nairo reacted, because I know that he was struggling in doubles. I did note that he was a bit upset of how he performed when they lost and got eliminated.
Yeah.
I overheard him say to Zero, like, that wasn't like the best doubles I've ever played. In fact, that was like the worst doubles I've ever played. And I
Yeah.
wonder if this losing takes a toll on the psyche because you are representing a crew. You're representing your
Right.
country, not just any crew that you just make up at a bracket, during sign up. So I wonder, like, how that might affect people. Do the Japanese have like this like refound confidence for tomorrow? Do they have this camaraderie that's been renewed?
Yeah.
Do the American players feel a little bit more, on the receiving end of all of this and don't feel as confident? I just wonder.
I feel like Japan has to be feeling themselves. Bam and I had we had a quick opportunity to talk a few minutes ago, and we talked about Genesis 3 and how, the United States separately got beat up by Team Japan. Japan won crews, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that
I
was the whole how that storyline formed
There it is.
for their crews and for Japan's lifeline in crew battles. So
Absolutely.
yeah, they definitely have now put another chapter in that book.
No, absolutely. And
That
so
book is getting pretty thick.
yeah, man.
It's a lot
that
of pages,
tome.
baby.
That is definitely a tome. But yeah, I think that as you said, going into now the next day, I think it's a big thing because even I saw from a lot of people from Team North America, they looked defeated. A lot of them feel defeated. A lot of them feel they haven't played up to their caliber, up to their potential. That's a big deal moving
Absolutely.
forward.
And also taking the wear on yourself of like still playing into the night.
Yeah,
If you don't play in the crew battle and instead you took some rest, I mean, who knows?
absolutely.
Like Captain Zach didn't play, for example, and who was actually a contentious pick because he was notably not picked. But again, I don't know crew politics, but he didn't play. But tomorrow he's been resting since doubles ended, or actually since doubles started because he finished in singles.
Okay.
And I just wonder like if we're reaching a point where like are these events and these crew things like scheduled in such a way where it could be detrimental to the players.
There's a lot of events, I'll be honest. A lot of people talk about the Summer Smash and how stacked that is with events starting at like Combo Breaker, ending with like What the Fox 3, which is coming up pretty soon, Evo and things like that in July. But, this wintertime / springtime of Smash is getting pretty scary too. We got Frostbite, Frame Perfect, Civil War.
The
Thanks
two
to you, gentlemen.
GGCs, of course, punctuating every month.
There it is. The DreamHack circuit is coming up. So, I mean, oversaturation and just overall being just tired.
Taxation. I mean,
Yeah,
not
it's-
taxation like taxes, but like it just like the
Yeah, of course.
the
it's
sort of
mentally
like
taxing. No,
yeah.
it's mentally taxing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
being at every event, playing at every event. Everyone wants you for the cruise because you're the one that's going to get the Twitch clicks.
There
I
it
mean,
is.
it could be exhausting. So I mean, just stepping back for a moment, like I think that's just important to know because Japan's riding off this high right now. They might be at the pool or the jacuzzi. Team North America, I mean, maybe they're studying VODs or maybe they're like, I just don't want to look at the game right now. Like let me just eat a hamburger, honestly, because that's what I
I don't
want.
blame 'em.
Hey, there
I
it
don't
is.
blame 'em.
But yeah, Team Japan won. 2 stocks remaining. Komori Kiri took it for the Land of the Rising Sun. Much props to them. Unless you guys have anything to add, I think we can have that be as the closer because it's been a packed day and it's only 11:30.
Yeah.
So, once again, it's been the PG Stats Desk. This is Panda Global Suar, hosted with ESA2GG BAM and New Age.
Yes, sir.
New Age Rod the Dutch. Rod the Dutch joined us, very clutch. We've had a very, very
Rod the clutch.
yeah,
My man.
Mixtape coming.
Yeah.
just like
Fire.
like so much shuffling of so much talent because so many people are working on this event. Like so many people. When you see the stream, you see the bottom sponsors. Like everyone's like all hands on deck. I mean that crew battle itself had at least 9 people working cameras
Yeah.
and sounds and
Yes,
mics. And Rod the Dutch was able to come in nice and easy towards the end. We were gonna do interviews, but we are like, let's Japan, let's just let them celebrate. And then Baysat didn't want to translate, so you can blame that on him. And plus, tomorrow we'll interview whoever it is that's gonna win. We're gonna return with the analyst desk at 9:30 in the morning. We're gonna pretty much go into what the day is gonna hold for us. We have top 48 winners, and it's not just any top 48 winners. It's with like the most stacked tournament in recent history.
Right.
Killers.
Absolutely.
So you guys have a good So you guys have a good night. It's been real. We're tired. We'll see you soon. Everyone, take it
care.
easy.